I did so much that was displeasing to him. I was disobedient. I was reckless and ridiculous.
So
Yeah, he loves me.
I don't know how long I'll be able to do this before this thing cuts out. Apparently, the service is bad. I'm not really having the best of luck with. I'm not really having the best of luck with this. I'm trying to the service is so bad. I can't even tell if anything's even really happening right now. None of my apps are working. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna say if I can be heard, I'll just, and if not, then I'm trying to. Okay. So, what up? 40-year-old version. So I had like a couple of things because I don't want to be like on super long tonight. Like I just had a couple of things that I want to kind of say. First of all, the Celtics are back in the Eastern Conference Finals, so that's always a win. I'm definitely happy about that. Like we have a chance. I think that that the Heat are a good team, but I don't think that they're going to beat us. So hopeful that this will be our first finals appearance in quite a while, over a decade. But yeah, so it's Monday. I kind of don't. I was gonna make an actual video. This, but I guess I'll just kind of say it how it comes, which is a scary thing because the way that my mind works sometimes, it's just it can be annoying. I'll get all my thoughts out, but anyhow, I'm working on other stuff. I just wanted to kind of to be able to go live because this is usually when I do it, and so my birthday is at the end of the week. I have little to no excitement about that. Like I really, I'll be turning 41, and I don't feel 41 every day, but hey, I'm it. So no matter how I feel, but kind of like with that in mind, I'm gonna like release some new music, I guess, in the form of a song. I have several songs. I have a lot of things that I've worked on. That I'm not really ready to work to do right now. But anyway, but yeah. So new song on Friday, and music is like a funny thing because it feels like one of those things that everybody wants to do, but everybody's not talented at. But like you know what I mean? Like I'm not even. I shouldn't go down that road, but I think just it being Mental Health Awareness Month. That's one of the things that I guess I can talk about because you know what I'm saying, like because music is definitely therapeutic for me. Creating music, and you know what I mean, like I guess maybe when I was younger it was like a little bit different, but I sort of do it for different reasons now, and so you know it's almost like you forget how much you love something until you start doing it again, and then it's like, oh man, like I really miss this. So there's like some things that I miss about it, and some things that I don't. But I think you know I just want to tell you guys a story right quick, because this is really where I'm going. Like this is really important for me to say. So there's this guy. There was this guy that I worked with, and he we worked different shifts. He was, you know what I mean, like he was a pleasant dude. Like like we weren't super close or anything like that. Like obviously at the job you kind of in passing. He worked third shift. I worked second shift. And so but we would exchange pleasantries and we so it was like hey, how you doing, good to see you, whatever, and that would be it. Nice guy. He was around maybe my parents' age, or maybe like a little bit older than my parents, so probably like mid 60s, late 60s, coming up on, maybe I'll say mid 60s, and so like I saw him, we like we pretty much just in passing, like I said, and it was and so like one day, like I realized that I hadn't seen him in a while, and of course, like because of the high turnover at at some places, you don't people are in and out, so they're like sometimes like there are people who come and they're there a couple nights and then they just stop coming to work. So it's not out of the ordinary. But I realized that I hadn't seen him, and so I asked one of my other coworkers, like about how how he was doing, and they were like, oh, you didn't hear? And so like I'm like, no, because I got a PhD in minding my business. You know what I mean? Like I really don't be and don't care to be in nobody's. The less I know, the better. Because then somebody come to me and ask about it, I know nothing, and I'm fine knowing nothing. But so they were like, yeah, So what they explained to me had happened was that he was he was where he was supposed to be at the job one night, and he said that he wasn't feeling right. He just wasn't feeling well, and so he had so they I told him to go see the nurse, and he went to see the nurse, and they wound up calling the ambulance, and so they came and they got him, and he later died. He passed, and it hit me kind of hard for a couple of reasons. But it's really nice. Really nice guy, pleasant. Like I said, I wasn't close with him or nothing like that, so it wasn't like that situation. But I felt really bad about his passing, but it was like it had been maybe like 2 or 3 weeks since and I just happened to inquire, and then like found out that he had in fact passed away, and it was like a blip on the radar, and soon after, you know what I mean, like nobody really said anything about it, and you know what I mean, like and someone else was hired, and life kind of just kept moving on, and and that is, that's how life goes. But the thing that really stuck with me was that, like, he was, like I said, he was my parents' age. He passed. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, it just happened, and everybody just moved on quickly, and kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of made me think about the amount of time that I work, like the way that I have to work, and of course we all do what we have to do to survive, and work is not like the place that I love to be, but I also don't want to be homeless again, and so like, you do what you have to do, and but it also made me feel a way, because it's like, because I thought of, like, I thought of that, like, you work at these places, like, you spend so much of your time, like, I know that I have spent at, like, more than like a third of my life at work, my adult life, and not necessarily doing the things that I want, and it's like, you're working hard, where, like, I bust my behind, like, there hasn't really been a time over the past, how old am I? I'm about to be 41. There hasn't been a time over maybe the past 20 years that I've not worked, if not 2 full-time jobs, a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. Like, pretty much, you know what I mean? Like, in all of that hard work, and it was, and of course it was to survive, but also not necessarily benefiting me in the way of reaching personal goals. And so I have worked that hard only to do nothing. If I die tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely couldn't be said that I ended up where I wanted to be in this life. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about heaven. Good Lord. Calm down. But yeah, it sort of made me sad, because, I don't want to be putting so much energy into, doing, working so hard for, for companies or other people, and not have the time to do, to invest in myself and to do the things, that I want to do. And music is only one of them. Creating content is only one, is only one of them. But ultimately, that's, like, that is the reason why I've been consistent with, like, so uploading my stuff, and what I'm saying, like, regardless of support or whatever, like, because I don't even want to go down that road, so I'm not gonna do that. But it's, because ultimately, like, I know where I want to be, and the thing is, right, I think that I probably could live with trying and failing, but to not do anything at all, will really hit me hard. Like, there was, like, definitely a period of time where I didn't really do anything creatively, and I was miserable for having done that. And I don't want to be in that place again, just not creating, because it's just a place that I'm not happy in. I think I don't want to I don't know, I just don't want to do it. Like, every day when I get up, I don't want to go to work, not for being lazy, but because, like, I know how hard I work, and, like, I just want to be putting more energy into doing stuff that I want to do. Like, I also, again, have no desire to be homeless. I'm gonna have to get. I can't see what Ryan is saying. Yeah, yeah, you have to value you, Brian. I mean, absolutely. And it feels like, you know, I'm valuing myself less, or the, you know, or my goals less by putting more energy into that. So like, you know, you hear people say, oh, you know, you go and you do 8 hours worth of work for so and so, but you don't do, you know, but you don't do that, you know, for your own stuff. And of course, like, you know, so to me, you know what I mean, like I could always use the excuse that I'm tired, um, especially because like I'm usually putting in more hours than, you know, than 8 um a day. Um, I'm taking like all the shifts. Sorry, like it told me that I disconnected for a second, and so I'm gonna end before before there's the service here is trash, and before I get aggravated. I just, but yeah, it's like, you know what I mean. Like I don't want to be putting so much effort into, you know what I'm saying, like into that stuff and not doing the things that I want to do. Um, it's it's really, you know what I mean. Like, you know, I don't want to be I don't want to be uh, just, I don't know how to sort of fully explain what I'm trying to say, but it's like I do all of this work and try to do these things to the best of my ability. And yo, the crazy thing is, like, you know, I could die. They could, you know what I'm saying, like they're, you know, people would just be like, you know, oh man, that's a shame. And then, you know what I'm saying, and then list my job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like, um, I'm not really of such great value to, you know, like to those places. Like they're really just getting, you know, just getting people to do stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, and that's fine, but I don't want to do it anymore. And you know, that's, I mean, that's it. And so the way that it sort of, you know, it ties into, like, you know, like the mental health aspect is, you know, um like I keep getting up and feeling, you know, and feeling away, and I couldn't figure out why. I'm miserable. Like I can't quite get a grip on, like I really have to, you know, I do my best to get myself motivated. You know, like I use caffeine. You know, I have a coffee, and you know what I'm saying, like it'll kind of put me in a better space. I have a, you know, like a Red Bull, and but it's like, yo, you know, like what, you know, like why am I feeling like this? And that is, you know, and that is the reason, because I ultimately I'm not putting the type of energy into what I am in, you know, in this other stuff, because, you know, because I know that, you know, I need to pay my bills, and we all need to do that. But after a while, that motivation is not enough. And um, you know, um, I'll talk about some, you know, some other things that, you know, at another time. I still have, yeah, that, I'm sorry again, I keep getting cut off, but I still have work to do. So I'm gonna start doing that. But you know, um, I think there's just um, there's just a lot to be said about the way that you treat yourself and your own dreams and your own goals. But one thing that I'm not gonna do is put that stuff second um, anymore. I'm not gonna put it third. I'm not gonna put it fourth. Um, because, you know, I don't want the, you know what I mean, like the legacy that I leave behind to be just that, you know, like I was a really hard worker. You know what I mean? Like that's cool, but there, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I have more to give, more, you know what I'm saying, like more to leave for, you know what I'm saying, like my kids, and you know what I'm saying, like just people coming up behind me. So um yeah. Hold on. I see. I'm trying to see. I totally feel you. I can relate. Yo, Mars, I didn't. It's very challenging to apply myself. Yo, facts. Facts, bro. It's. I'm sorry. Like I really don't have my glasses on, and I wouldn't put them on here anyway because I don't look like a doofus. But, but yeah, yo, like you listen, if I can just be like truly just really transparent with y'all for a second, and then I'm gonna be out. Let me see what woman said. That's why I refuse to give up on my passion. And you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm glad you feel like that, bro. Like because you should, like, you're dope. But like, I really, man, again, maybe I'll be better served to sort of say this stuff at a different time. But yeah, like, I'm not keeping that stuff on the back burner. And as a matter of fact, I'm putting off, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to put off other things that, you know what I'm saying, that I want to do because I want, like these goals, I want them so much that, you know what I'm saying, like it matters so much to me. Like, and that's why, I can't quit. Like, real talk. I would, I can't do it. So, I was gonna say, something, but I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it later because I hate, like, when I'm just, you know what I'm saying, like, kind of just saying things. So thank you, and I guess that's the move anyway because this thing keeps cutting out. So, but yeah, enjoy your Monday. Yo, make it a great week. Hashtag AJ Bayman. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga birthday on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be at work from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. possibly later. And so I don't know, like, who celebrates birthdays? I don't, even if it feels like another day. What is 41? So that'll be that. Appreciate everybody. Hope I didn't take up too much time. Like I said, and we'll talk again later. It's the 40-year-old version.